Welcome to Sweet Tea Channeling. I'm Debbie Pokornik, and as always, with me is my partnerpreneur and our gifted channeler, Susan Hoskins. Today's episode is a sweet tea treat, where we take a nugget from a previous channeling and play with it in the stream of consciousness to see what new pictures might arise. We like to think of it as an incredible kaleidoscope, changing shape and color as we go. As we do this, we are raising our vibration, remembering parts of ourselves that we might have lost touch with, and perhaps most importantly, helping to create a reality right here, right now, that is filled with kindness, compassion, abundance, and delight, a place we refer to as Hoomadhi. We have already opened sacred space for all of us, but just want to remind you to take a moment to center, ground yourself, and then call in your own spirit guides to assist you in pulling out whatever is most relevant to you in this moment. All right, so today's channeled nugget is: we are so grateful for each and every one of you who have traveled the journey of living in the gunk and come to a place where you are willing to let go of all that.
What comes to mind is how I have often felt in the past being stuck in what once was a beautiful flowing pond, and now it's covered over with like moss and debris. And how, if I imagine myself in that, I just want to get out. But when you're stuck in it, you just tread water. And
Mm.
so it takes that desire that's so powerful that you literally can just rise up out of the gunk in order to seek fresher waters, fresher air, to seek a better way. So that's what I hear when you share that nugget.
Nice, nice. I'm reminded of how sometimes on some days, you start your day and something happens, and maybe you have a little argument with someone in your house, for example, and then you kind of carry that with you and you go now to the store, and maybe somebody says something to you there that just doesn't feel very good, and you're thinking, sheesh, what's going on? And then maybe you go out and in the parking lot, someone honks their horn at you because you walk right in front of their car, close enough
Yeah.
for that sort of thing. And when that kind of thing happens, I tend to take notice. And I've always joked with my kids that if you are getting in fights with more than one person, okay, then you have to look for the common denominator. And in
Mhm.
that case, you are the common denominator. So, what is going on for you? And what this particular message made me think of was that what's going on for you in that situation is you picked up gunk right from the beginning. And it's not to say that if you have an argument with everybody that you're always getting covered in gunk, but we do tend to carry that sort of stickiness. We're thinking it over in our mind and just not fair or whatever it is that's going on in our mind. And it's just slowly gunking us up. So when we look for the common denominator, we recognize, oh my gosh, that's me, and do whatever tools we like to use to raise our vibration to let that go. It feels to me like kind of putting this message into action, because it just feels to me like it's a way to clean off that gunk and say, okay, that's not serving me. I'm not carrying that anymore.
Right. I love that because it's very easy to look around, even look at the outside world, look what's going on, and feel that gunk, that powerlessness, or in a situation where things aren't going right. Let's say critical health situations for someone. It's so easy to become more and more mired in the gunk that it's almost like quicksand. You feel yourself sinking. So the more for me, I can do it on a daily basis of, okay, like you said, what's the common denominator? How can I rise up? Then it just feels so much freer. Like there's no way I'm going to sink in the gunk.
Yes. Yes. And it seems to me like an awful lot of that is not getting on the defensive when it comes to, stuff like that. But it can also be a much more distant thing too, I think. If maybe you woke up hearing the news, and that's the gunk that's sticking with you.
Well, and that's what I love about Hoomadhi, is that we are really creating a consciousness to dwell in that is gunk free. And even if we temporarily slide back into situations that don't feel good, we're learning the tools to be able to go, nope, I like how it feels. Raising me up, raising myself up to see the joy and the good and to seek the greatest good. That just feels so much better.
Yes, absolutely. On our Patreon page, you can get our free gift. And the free gift there is a meditation that Susan channeled that is about a cleansing waterfall that helps you to shed the gunk. Because the reality is, it's a daily thing, it's a constant thing. The gunk is everywhere. And, even if you stay clear of that stagnant pond that Susan was talking about, someone can still pick it up and throw it at you. So, yeah, exactly. So, ready to join us live on these calls? Send us an email at info.hoomadhi, that's HOOMADHI @gmail.com. We'd love to have you play with us.